Hi, this is my third video of electronical engineering, and this week we've learned about two topics. One is about potential energy and making the total energy of neutron, and the second one is cubic lattice. And let's start off with the first one. For the potential energy, if you can see, oh, okay. The force is a actual differentiation of energy and the sign opposite of the energy, so which means the potential energy is sign opposite to force, and by using that we've got to know the actual potential energy, the calculation of actual potential energy, and the graph that the neutron have. You can see here. And by extension of that, we actually calculated the total energy that a neutron have for the example of hydrogen atom, by using a centrifugal force and attractive force, momentum, also angular momentum, and we know that total energy is actually the sum of kinetic energy and the potential energy of neutron. So by using some concepts that we've learned in the last week, we really calculated the energy of neutron. Okay, so that's about it for the first thing. And the second one, which I think is the main one, we learned about the periodic structure here. It's kind of messed up, this picture, but I'm sorry about that. We've learned that there are three types. One is crystalline and polycrystalline and amorphous. Crystalline means the atoms are combined in periodic structure, like silicon or carbon, and amorphous is opposite to that. It is not periodic structure. There are no periodic structure in the amorphous. And for the polycrystalline, there are some of the boundary is actually crystalline structure, but some of them are not, so it is kind of between crystalline and amorphous. And we learned about the cubic lattice. There are numerous types, but in this week we learned about the cubic unicell. So we know about three types, which is single cubic, body-centered cubic, which is BCC, and face-centered cubic, which is FCC. Body-centered cubic is actually the one that has in the center of the cubic, that has atom in the center of cubic, and the face-centered cubic is the one that atom is on the every surfaces, on the middle of every surfaces of cubic. And we've learned about numbers of atom and coordinate number and atomic parking factor in each types of cubics, and we've actually calculated the atomic parking factor. It's kind of related to density, and I've learned BCC in the video, and I actually calculated these two, simple cubic and face-centered cubic, my own. And for the next, there is a diamond cubic, which is actually a combination of two face-centered cubic. It is actually a structure of silicon too. If you can see, I don't know if you can see or not, but it's like this structure. If you see this in the top surface. And we've learned about some planes and directions in order to explain the movement of neutron in the cubic. So we just simply placed a cubic into xyz coordinates. And for the plane, we are using the round bracket, and for the direction, we are using square bracket. And if it is a simple cubic, the three types of surfaces is actually the same, because if we turn around the cubic, it is just same surfaces. So for explanation of that, we use a curly bracket, and for the direction, just like the surface, we use angle bracket. And for the each surfaces, we learned about the number of atoms containing in the surface. So here are 100, 110, and 111. By using the lattice constant, which is the length of the cubic, and we actually calculated the volume density of each surfaces. So for example, we have 110 plane here. We have 4 atoms on the square root 2 surface, which is the width of the surface. And by using that, we've learned how to calculate the volume density. That's about it for this video. Bye bye.